guys, I'm Sai. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Cardiff City World. Bluebirds content 7 days a week. Oh yes, and we love to do it. It's a lot of fun. It's Graham Kavanagh week, and we're kicking that off today with a Exeter City versus Cardiff City tactical preview for the EFL Trophy. 7 PM tomorrow night from St James's Park. We head down to Devon for the opening group stage game, and it's going to be an interesting one. I think it's going to be a competition which might split opinion with fans. Some fans will see it as a distraction, an extra competition we do not need. But for me, a club like Cardiff, this exciting manager, the exciting squad, this tournament being League One down, plus some under-21 sides from Premier League sides, I think it's a great opportunity to get to Wembley. So I think we should take it fairly seriously. You can set your stall out early doors in a group, can't you? We've seen it years and years with Champions League, with World Cups, with Euros. If you win the first couple of games, you're in a comfortable position going into the end of the group. Don't put yourself under any pressure. Barry Murphy, he values development as much as results. But I think this tournament could be an opportunity. I actually think this game is a big opportunity to show a reaction from the weekend, to adapt some of the issues from the weekend. You know, there's a trip to Wembley on offer at the end of this tournament. It's a proper tournament if you want it to be. It can build habits. Winning is a habit. Make it a habit again. We had the international break. It's halted our momentum a little bit. Performance wasn't there away at Stockport, but we didn't lose. We got that last minute equaliser. We got the point. We stay unbeaten. We still haven't conceded from open play in the league. Let's take the 100% home record and let's build on that the weekend. But we cannot look to Bradford yet. We have to look at tomorrow night. Now, could we see the new signings, the Gabriel Oshos, Omari, Kellyman? Could they get minutes? Can we build them up? I think so, and we'll get to that in a minute. But when you look at the fixture and the context of it, we've obviously got Exeter, we've got Newport County, which is actually where I'm at Newport now. And yeah, that's going to be a massive game. Arsenal under-21s as well. It's a decent group, to be fair. Cardiff start away, Exeter. Then we go Newport and Arsenal, and then it's going to be fun. I think you're going to see a mix, right? But let's look at Exeter. Obviously, I'm not massively familiar with Exeter, but they lost at the weekend to Port Vale. Their 11 was, they had Whitworth in goal, back four of Anissa Cayenne, Turns, Fitzwater, Macmillan, Andrew. Midfield three of Doyle, Hayes and Brierley. And then you had Aitchison, Cox and McGuinness, a familiar name up front. I think from the breakdowns and the ratings, not great. The concern was the lack of cutting edge. McGuinness is their target man, but he looked a bit isolated from reports, and he can be dangerous. He's an experienced, wily old fox, is McGuinness, and again, we'll talk about him in a minute. But there were some flashes from the likes of Cox, but they've got problems. They're missing a couple because of injuries. Aitchison went off early. Precaution, tweak, who knows? We'll see if they risk him. Zach Jules hasn't been in the last couple of squads either. That leaves Gary Caldwell juggling some depth in his midfield, so you might see a couple of youngsters. But we'll go with a similar lineup for the weekend, for Exeter. I think Whitworth, Naisakayan at right back, Turns, Fitzwater centre backs, Macmillan left back, and then I think Doyle's Hayes as the six, Brierley and Cole if Aitchison's not to be risked, and then you'll have your Cox just off McGuinness with either Francis or Wareham in the other slot. I'd expect a bit of rotation from them, but I wouldn't expect it to be wholesale. In terms of how Exeter set up, they like a 4-3-3, morphs into a 4-4-2 when they're pressing. Against Port Vale, the pressing was very sporadic. They dropped into a mid block, and they like to funnel that ball up to McGuinness through to Doyle Hayes. He averages around 52 passes per 90 minutes from FBref, 83 completion, I think it was, 82. He's not adventurous, but he'll keep the tempo going. He's more of that guy who recycles the ball over and over. But when teams do press him aggressively, Exeter can struggle to progress the ball. And I think that's where Cardiff can be really, really strong. Brierley is the one who carries the ball. He completes 1.6 progressive carries per 90. He's someone who can cause an issue, but consistency is a problem with him. And then the final third, they're going to look for McGuinness. He's going to be their reference point. He can link up play, win the crosses, the knockdowns. If you let him, he can dominate you physically. So I think Cardiff are going to have to be very strong on the second ball, very strong in the air. He wins 5.5 aerial duels per 90 minutes, but he's not massively mobile. They'll look to get runners around him, but he can be a weapon in the air. Set pieces, they will be dangerous. You'll have Fitzwater coming up, McGuinness, both aggressive in the air, so Cardiff will have to defend. First contact at corners and free kicks. Tactically, I think Exeter will target Cardiff's young backline with that physicality. They'll look to do what Port Vale and what Stockport did. Cardiff have to be strong, like they were previously against Swindon and other clubs since. They've been good, but McGuinness is going to look to pin the centre back, and they'll look to play off him, I would imagine. In terms of danger man, I'm going to go with McGuinness. Started with Cardiff as a goalkeeper before moving to a striker. He's experienced, he's a wily old fox, he's physical, and he can be a bit of a nightmare, a bit of a pest in the air. So his hold-up play is what will drag our centre-backs into duels in areas they don't want to be, and then they will look to run off him. Cardiff don't win that first header, that first contact. They've got to win the second ball. Exeter will play it up to McGuinness, and then they will flood that zone with runners. So we have to be strong. We have to be aware and watch runners off the back of us. But also I think Fish or Osho can go up against McGuinness, and they should be able to cope with it, hopefully. In terms of Cardiff's team news, look, last outing, dramatic finish, wasn't a great performance. Squad-wise, got Robertson coming back from injury. I don't think he's ready yet. Obviously, NG played at the weekend. You've got new signings, Gabriel, Osho and Omari, Kellyman, in full training, so they're available. Will they be used? I would expect some rotation, but also because of the rules of this competition, you have to have a certain amount of homegrown players in the side anyway, which is not an issue for us, let's be honest. My predicted line, the lineup I would like to see is Turner in goal. I'd like to see Spears given a go at right back. I would go with Louis Giles at left back. The problem with the two young fullbacks, I think, is maybe you go either or. So I would look to rest Bagan and maybe go with Kipakio, simply because Bagan just needs a rest, you know. Centre backs, I would go Osho and Lawler, possibly Osho and Fish. And then in the midfield, I would be looking at, I think I'd give Warren Wintle a rest, get Mafiko in there. Joel, Ruben, I'm torn. I'll go with Ruben Caldwell. And then I would go with David Turnbull for a bit of control next to Mafiko. In attack, I'm going Chris Willock off the left, Isaac Davis off the right, or either the other way around, and Callum Robinson up top. Give Yousef Salech a bit of a break. But I'd like to see Tankovic off the bench, Joel Caldwell off the bench, and probably Salech off the bench as well. And definitely I would like to see Kellyman get 15 minutes if possible. Got to get those minutes in his legs, but we've got to wrap him in cotton wool. The danger man for me in this game, I think, will be David Turnbull. I think he's been excellent this year. He's been excellent under this manager, and again, thought he gave us a lot of control as we came into the game when he came into the game on Saturday, and that's what we need. I would like to see Cardiff go back to what has got us to top of the league. 1-2 touch, pass and move, lots of rotations, high pressing, lots of counter pressing. Just make it difficult for Exeter. Get that possession up high percentages. Make it impossible for Exeter to settle. Quicker tempo in the build-up. Width from the fullbacks. Ruben Caldwell as the hub. And just keep battering them with the transitions, with the pressing, keep shifting the ball, diagonals. Let's do what's got us to the dance. Defensively, it would be great to see Osho. Let's see what he can do against a physical challenge in McGuinness. It's exciting. I'm excited for it. I've got to say, for this tournament is what I'm looking forward to. My prediction, I'm going to go 3-1 Cardiff. I expect a reaction from the weekend, regardless of what was said publicly after the game. I just don't believe that Brian Barry Murphy would have been too happy. I think the performance was poor. It was too long ball. It was too slow. not enough rotations, not enough pressing, very disjointed display. And I think he will have reminded that squad of the standards that they have set and to maintain those standards. Hopefully we see Omari, Kellyman towards the end of the game as well. That'd be nice. But let me know in the comments, like, what would your lineup be? Would you rotate it all? Would you rotate a bit? How many youngsters, like genuine youngsters, not the first teamers, would you get in there? I'm interested, but I've got to say, I think this tournament is an opportunity for Cardiff City to get a trip to Wembley. So why wouldn't you take it pretty seriously? Yes, give some youngsters a go, but let's get the game won and get a couple of early wins in this tournament, get top of the group, and then move on. That's your quick fire tactical preview today. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And of course, as always, if you want to go that extra mile to support us, especially in Cav Week after all, then get involved, become a member. Price of a coffee per month, and it helps us out so much. It allows us to produce content 7 days a week, all things Cardiff City. And tonight, around 8 o'clock, after the Cardiff City phone-in members show, we'll be announcing a live event for October with another Cardiff City legend. Keep the faith, my friends, and I'll see you in a bit. Nice one.
Rascal Beats.
For your Caesar, Cardiff City, ride with me for your Caesar.